Welcome back, everyone. Grab your popcorn because today's story is packed with shocking twists, emotional moments, and secrets that change everything. Let's jump right in. I tell you what, folks, I've been glued to General Hospital for so many years that it feels like these people are part of my own family. The other day, I was sitting right here in my old recliner with a fresh cup of coffee, and I just had to shake my head and laugh a little. Michael Corinthos is at it again, stirring the pot in that clever way of his. That boy is breaking up Brook Lynn and Harrison Chase, but not out of spite. Oh no, he's doing it to clear the way for something that feels a whole lot like true love between Brook Lynn and Ethan Lovett. Let me tell you, watching this unfold made my heart feel warm and young again. Michael's plan is moving along as smooth as butter on a hot biscuit. He's making sure Chase and Willow Kane get plenty of time together, stepping back so Brook Lynn can finally see what's been right in front of her all along. I remember thinking, well, ain't that just like life? Sometimes you have to move a few things around before the right pieces fall into place. Michael's got that protective streak, just like a good son looking out for the people he cares about. It reminds me of how my own daddy used to say, sometimes you got to shake the tree so the ripe apples fall. And that sweet little baby girl in the middle of it all, Phoebe or Lucia, depending on who you ask, she's got everyone's hearts wrapped around her tiny fingers. Brook, Lynn, and Chase were standing there with what looked like a real chance to keep her close and build a family. But the truth has a way of coming out, doesn't it? Ethan Lovett, being the real father, changes everything in the best possible way. I sat there smiling like a fool because it feels so real, so much like the surprises life throws at us. One minute you think you've got it all figured out, and the next, a whole new door opens up. That kind of story always gets me right in the chest. Tracy Quartermain, bless her heart, is right in the thick of it too. That woman doesn't mince words. She's telling Chase to clean up his mess and get things straight. I love her no-nonsense attitude. She's like those strong old ladies I grew up around back home, the ones who kept the whole neighborhood in line with nothing but a sharp tongue and a lot of love. When she stepped in and made sure everyone faced the truth, I thought to myself, now that's the kind of backbone we need more of these days. She's not being mean. She's just making sure the right thing happens for that little baby and for Brook Lynn. You know, what really touches me is seeing Brook Lynn standing on the edge of something new with Ethan. They've both been through their share of hard times and heartbreak. Life hasn't always been gentle with them, but now it looks like the clouds are parting. The way they look at each other, that quiet spark between them, it's the kind of romance that makes you believe in second chances again. Michael might be playing a little matchmaker behind the scenes, and yeah, his methods are messy, but I truly believe he's doing it with love in his heart. That's what I admire about this show. It shows us that family isn't always neat and tidy. Sometimes it's complicated, full of crossed wires and old mistakes. But with a little courage and honesty, beautiful new stories can begin. I've seen a lot of storylines come and go on General Hospital, but this one feels extra special. It's got everything: love, secrets, babies, and that hope for a brighter tomorrow. It reminds me of my own younger days, when my wife and I would face our own troubles and somehow come out stronger on the other side. These characters feel like old friends now. I care about what happens to them, just like I care about the folks in my own neighborhood. I can't wait to see what comes next. Will Brook Lynn and Ethan finally get their shot at happiness? Will little Lucia bring that family together the way only a child can? Whatever happens, I know it'll be worth watching. These stories warm my old heart and give me hope that even when things look tangled up like fishing line after a storm, there's always a chance for something good to come out of it. What a ride this show is, my friends. It keeps me coming back week after week, smiling, tearing up a little, and remembering that love and family are worth fighting for. If you're watching too, you know exactly what I mean. God bless those writers for giving us something so real and full of heart. Michael Corinthos is not backing down one bit. That young man has made up his mind. He's not stopping until Brook Lynn and little Phoebe are happy and settled no matter what storms come their way. I admire that kind of stubborn love. It reminds me of the way my own father used to say, a man takes care of his family come hell or high water. Michael knows how important family is because he's raising Wiley and Amelia on his own. He doesn't want to share those kids with Willow in some messy arrangement, especially not with Chase still in the picture. I sat there nodding along because I've seen enough real life to understand where he's coming from. Being a single dad himself, he can see clearly that Chase just isn't the right match for Brook Lynn. And from what I can tell, Michael and that sharp-tongued Tracy Quartermaine are on the same page about it. They both agree it's better for Willow to be with Chase and for Brook Lynn to find her own true path. Those two make quite a team when they put their heads together. There's even talk that Michael might have had something to do with what happened to Drew Kane, but I'll leave that for the show to unfold. What matters most is how hard he's fighting for the people he loves. It warms this old heart to see a character who cares that deeply. And then there's Ethan and Brook Lynn. Oh my, I truly believe those two are going to become one of those perfect couples we all root for. Ethan's trying his best to keep quiet about being little Phoebe's real father, but secrets have a way of coming out in Port Charles, don't they? Tracy already knows, and I wouldn't be surprised if she brings Luke Spencer into it somehow. Family ties run deep in that Quartermaine clan. Ethan's been hanging around Port Charles, quietly doing everything he can to protect that baby girl. He investigates things behind the scenes, keeping a close eye on her safety because he loves her more than he can say. That kind of quiet strength really touches me. What got me the most was that sweet, almost miraculous coincidence when Chase and Brook Lynn helped bring little Delilah Wilson into the world in her mother's final moments. They stepped up and cared for that baby when she needed it most. It felt like fate was showing all of them what really matters: love, responsibility, and being there when it counts. Now, Brook Lynn seems determined to make this breakup happen, and from what I see, Tracy isn't about to let things slide back the other way. That woman has her mind set, and when Tracy Quartermaine sets her mind to something, well, you better believe it's going to happen. I can't wait to see what happens next. Will Ethan and Brook Lynn finally get their shot at building a beautiful life with little Phoebe? Will Michael's plans bring the happiness he's fighting for? Whatever comes, I know it'll be worth every minute. These folks feel like old friends now, and their journey keeps this old man smiling, tearing up a little, and believing that good things are still possible in this world. God bless the writers for giving us stories with so much heart. I tell you what, folks, after watching all these twists and turns on General Hospital, I have to sit back in my chair, smile, and just feel grateful. This storyline with Michael, Brook, Lynn, Ethan, and little Phoebe has touched something deep in my old heart. It reminds me that family isn't always simple or easy, but when people fight for what's right with love, honesty, and a little stubbornness, good things can still happen. Michael's determination to protect that precious baby girl and give Brook Lynn a real chance at happiness shows the kind of heart this show is built on. And Ethan, well, that quiet, steady way he cares for his daughter without making a big fuss just warms me right up. Throw in Tracy's sharp wisdom, keeping everyone honest, and you've got the perfect mix of drama, hope, and real-life lessons. These characters feel like old friends, now messy, complicated, but full of love. Life's too short not to believe in these stories, my friends. They make this old man smile, shed a happy tear or two, and remember that love and family are still the most important things we've got. Can't wait to see what tomorrow brings on General Hospital. It always leaves me feeling a little lighter and a lot more hopeful. God bless him for that.